Okay, story time. So for the last several weeks, it's been fun for me. I've been getting invited out to outings. I think it started from when I had my rite of passage. Things started happening after that. So I'm kind of excited to be back out into the world just a little bit because I can come back in whenever I feel like it. And it's nice to have people want to invite you out. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. My homie invited me out for a May Babies celebration. So I was already down for it, like, oh, this is going to be awesome. And that whole event took place yesterday. And it was at a really cool restaurant. I've never been here at this restaurant, and it literally is down the street from me. I got there a couple minutes before everyone else. Of course, I know how to interact with people, so I'm already having fun with people that work there. And it was just awesome. So they come in, we're sitting, we're having a great time, get to meet new people, and everyone work at really good places. And their teachers are some kind of instructor and have other businesses and investments. So it's really good to be around these kind of people and see these brothers doing good. I was the only sister there. I was the only lady there, I should say. But it was a really good time. Got to meet new people and talk. And we did have a little life added to the place. We really brought in some good fun energy there. And I got to meet new people, and we were all having great conversations. And then someone came and sat right next to me and was talking, and he seemed like he was really interested in me. So he just wanted to know what I do. And in the beginning, I usually just like, oh, I do a lot of things, honey. And that doesn't help at all. It doesn't help anything. It's just like, oh, the more and more we talk, you'll see what I do. And then it happened. The more and more we talked, he got to find out I'm a cosmetologist, a videographer, a photographer, someone who graduated and has her associate's degree in radio, television, beauty school, undergrad. And I let him know about the movie. And just the more and more we talked, he was just like, I know it's something about you. And I told y'all, I know it was something about this woman. I could see it. You got that energy on you. You got that star. Something's on you. I can see it. I can feel it. I just knew it. As soon as I walked in here, I seen you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. So we're just talking and having a good time. And then we were talking about sports, and we noticed that one of the TVs were not on. And I was like, this would be a good time to watch some sports, because the other stations had on like baseball and other stuff. So as soon as the waitress came, Mija Camarera, we asked, could we get that TV on and bring the remote and all that stuff? And they were just cool. They were down for it. They didn't mind. They were just like, yeah, sure, why not? So we had so much fun. We were able to get the TV on. All of us was too short. I had to go all the way up to the TV to be able to make it work, but no one cared. No one was angry that I was doing all this. I was definitely welcomed. Everybody was excited. It was like everyone interacted with one another once I got the right station and we could watch the basketball game. Everyone was excited, and it was a woohoo moment for me, and everyone was clapping for me, so that was fun. Good to feel good and be out around people and have that whole connection without even knowing one another. I am a stickler for that. Hippie vibes, say yes. So that part happened. We get to talk sports, and I felt so good because it's been a long time since I have watched sports and interacted with basketball and football, and I love watching these things. I love them mostly live. I love doing live sport events, and this was awesome for me. I was feeling good. We were talking about how I used to watch it a lot until I got out of my relationship, and I think I just wanted to get away from everything. But so it was good to have that, to be able to talk about, and us watch this on TV while talking about other things, getting to know one another, more people pouring in. We're having a great time. A lot of cool vibes was there. The guy next to me was planning trips for me already and taking me to the Braves games and the Hawks games. I was like, okay, everything's cool for now. No need to trip. Oh, we're having a great time. We didn't want to end it. I just told them, well, only thing I have to do is pick up my daughter from work at a certain time. Rather than that, we can hang out. So my friend already suggested for everyone to come to my place, since it was the closest. Still in the room of filling out people. At least these are entrepreneurial beings. They're also teachers. It's just this thing with me and people who teach, you know? It's like we all hang around each other. Make way up to my home and bring some more drinks in, and we go to the back porch where everyone's able to relax and talk about how nice the house is next door. That's Airbnb. And light bulb moments started happening for one of them. Like they just had a whole great idea due to this, and we start talking business. I loved it. The other guy was just trying to get to know about me and asking me questions. Then he was getting a little more drunk. So when my friend would come to talk to me or whatever, or if the other person was coming to talk to me, he would playfully be like, yo, what are you doing? Get away from her. That's my girl. Get away from my girl. Oh, okay. We just laugh it off. Okay, let it go. And then we went to the liquor store to get some other stuff, and he was just like, yeah, I'm with a hot woman, ain't I? You know, like just doing weird stuff. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just get home. That's fine. He's a little drunk and he's just having fun with people. That's okay. That's cool. All right, so while we're here and we're having so much fun, people started to leave. And, oh, let me back up. While people were still here, I made everyone go outside to wait for me to go pick up my daughter and come back. And it's only 3 minutes away, so I knew that we'll be back quickly, but I still wanted them outside. So when me and my daughter was coming back, the most craziest, beautifulest thing happened. There was this cat, I should say, big cat, crossing and going into a yard. And I was like, oh, that's a big cat. It's pretty. But it's had this real long thing at the back and it wasn't moving. And I was like, what's wrong with it? Is its leg is stuck in the air or what's going on? And we got closer and it was a fox.
Where is it?
Just zoom in.
You see how terrible it is? No, it's still there. It's just you can't see it
Oh
in.
my God. A whole fox, dude. I was like, what is that thing?
I was like, why got his tail built like that?
I was like, OMG, dude, this is a whole fox. I've never seen a fox like that close up in person, like right there. You know, of course, maybe at zoos when I was a child or something. Maybe afar, but being right there in my neighborhood, a fox right there crossing us. And then it stood in the yard as if it knew we wanted to see it. And I just stopped the car and I'm like, I don't know what to do, but I want to get a recording of it, or I want to get out, I want to touch it, but I don't know if they're safe. There's a lot going on in my head, but I instantly knew that meant something. Anyway, we get back to the house. Everything's cool. I let them know what I seen. And one of them was like, oh no, they dangerous. I think he was just trying to scare me. And then I got scared because my cat went outside, but everything was fine. Meanwhile, we're talking, the night's going by longer, and at this point, the guy kept talking to me, pulling me to the side, saying, you know what? You look like you a cool woman with me. I could already tell by your energy, you fine, you know, you're a good person. And I'm not talking about your outside looks. It's just something about you. And, you know, he started telling me how he, you know, he's single and he's looking for a real relationship. And, oh God, he just texted me. And he wants a woman, he wants a wife. He wants to be able to take care of someone and take trips. And he want to be able to call me and this is that. He just kept pulling me aside to make sure that was fine. And he kept saying the same things over and over again. I was like, you're cool. We can be friends. We can talk. We can be cool. I had to say it in a way where I don't scare myself or make him believe it's something that it's not going to be. But, whew, okay. So that was that. That was that part. then people started leaving, filtering out, and he was getting more drunk and intoxicated, and he started talking crazy and just funny stuff at the same time and crazy stuff at the same time. And it was all over the place. I'm not going to say everything that was said, but long story shorter, he got really possessive with me, and he didn't want no one around me or talking to me or getting too close to me. And he just was talking a lot of crazy stuff on his girl, and man, it was weirding me out after a while, because I started getting the same familiar vibes of someone else I knew that was abusive. And also someone else I know that's a Gemini. And it's crazy because his birthday is today, so the fact that he flipped like he flipped totally makes sense to me, because I've been around the same energy. Rather or not we believe in that zodiac things, well, I'll just tell you, he's a perfect picture of a Gemini's other side. Okay? And he got so drunk to where he misplaced some of his stuff, but I knew it was on him because it couldn't have been nowhere else. We're not going to take your money or anything like that. What's wrong with you, buddy? And he just swore up and down we took something from him, but no one did. And at this time, me and my homie's just like, bro, you know, he knows him way more than I do, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't care how much you know him. This energy right here is crazy as the fuck. He starts saying, y'all steal from me. Nah, F that, man. Nah, F that. I'm gonna kill everybody. Y'all know me. Y'all try me. I'm gonna kill everybody. And he start calling me bees and just start talking crazy. I was like, bro, no one was around you. I promise you, it's on you. You'll find it. And he was like making me shut up without even listening, and like, nah, y'all got it. Either way it goes, he ended up finding it. And I was like, I told you you had it. You the ones that said that. I don't know how he tried to flip it on me, but he was making it as if I said we stole from him or something. It was weird. And I'm just like, oh God, what the F, dude? I was like, okay, he gotta get the F out of my house. Because he started talking crazy. And I was like, dude, once he said that part, I'm killing everybody, I said, that's it. Where's my phone? I'm calling the goddamn police. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. No one's about to play around me like that. Not knowing what I've been through in life, you're not about to come to my house, disrespect me, and all I've been was good. I even welcomed you in. First off, you fucking crazy. So I do know that I had my phone on the counter in the kitchen because we kept listening to music. And I go back because at this time he's saying all this crazy stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Where's my phone? I'm about to call the police. So I'm going to look for my phone, and it was missing. Literally something told me, intuition said, he got your phone. Like, I didn't even get to say where's my phone all the way before I knew he had my phone. For some reason, I could feel this man had my phone. So I kind of played it off like, hey, everybody just check your pockets, because I noticed that we've been accidentally picking up each other's phones because they all look alike. You know, it didn't matter. He never did. I was like, okay. So we just kept looking, and we couldn't find it nowhere. And I was like, how am I going to get this out of his pocket before he leaves? He's not leaving with my phone. He also volunteered to help find it. At this time, he was like, man, I apologize. He kept apologizing for his actions, and even volunteered to help find my phone. He said, let me help you, baby, find your phone. And finally, I was just like, hey, can you please check your pockets? You may have accidentally picked up my phone. He goes into his pocket and act like he's looking for it, and it accidentally kind of slip out, and he tried to put it back in. And I was like, no, there it is. That's my phone. And I had to like try to grab it from him so I can get my phone back. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. OMG. OMGZ. And what's crazy is he kept trying to tell me that me and my friend had a relationship or we had something before. And he didn't care what we said. He know what he believes and he knows what he knows. I was like, OMG. Oh no, this isn't good at all. This is not safe. He started reminding me of my abuser. One thing for sure that is not good or safe is when someone's very insecure or they just have split personalities. Sociopath, I smelled off of him. And the fact that you know when you're going through something like that with someone because you know if you did do something with someone and you didn't, and if you have never done something with someone and someone's trying to convince you did, you're crazy. It's time to go. So, you know, I was just like, how am I going to get him out of my house? Because he didn't want to leave. My friend was trying to leave, but he couldn't leave because I wasn't about to be left alone in my home. My daughter was hearing stuff downstairs and she was worried and scared. And I was like, how did I end up letting this happen? How did I end up letting this happen in my home, in my youth? You got me effed up. I got so angry. And I know that I was like way smaller than him. He's like tall. So, dude, I got into this anxious energy and I got really overwhelmed. I was trying to figure out how we're gonna get them out. So my friend was like, let's just go out front. And when he get out of the restroom, we'll just all leave. I said, okay. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I gotta move my car so he can get out. So everybody's trying to exit to their cars to make him come down. He's at my door like, really, you gonna make me leave? Oh, you gonna make me leave? Let me back it up. What's the craziest part is, after he had his psycho moment and he ended up finding all of his belongings, my friend went to the restroom. I was scared out of my mind, like, I gotta get away from this dude. I started bringing out all my spiritual stuff. And he looks at me like, oh man, I apologize. I'm sorry for what I just did. You forgive me? I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this mother? Wow. Just like that. Just like that. He was calm, asking, do I forgive him? And what I think about him now? And, oh, come on, man, please forgive me. And I hope you don't think nothing bad of me. I'm like, okay, he's fucking bonkers. So anyway, back to the part where we're trying to get him out. And he's at my door, and something told me to get my keys so I can lock the door from the inside. And that's what I did. I literally heard him try to get into my house. I heard him try to open the door and angrily, forcefully. And he just stood at my porch, my front porch for a second, like he didn't want to leave. So I had to go to my car. He's at the porch and he started making all this crazy loud noise going down the steps. And I swear to God, I heard him pee on my front porch. My homie left, dude left, and I was freaked out. But my homie hit me back up so he can come back around and make sure I was safe and okay. Because he knew I wasn't. And then once again, I found myself in a position where I felt like, what the F did I just do? I didn't try to have someone crazy around me. And I feel like I'm in a predicament where I have another stalker and he has already put claim on me. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just like, wow, really watch. Because you can, I was telling my friend, like, honey, I know you've known him for like 10 years or whatever, but you don't really know people. You can think you know someone. It could be your own family. It doesn't matter. Sometimes people let out some stuff in them they don't even know they have in them. And or sometimes things just happen and you get to see who people really are and you never would have thought it. And I'm just here, you know, being nice and inviting, and that's the last time. It's a no. I'm flattered. You know, a lot of the different dudes that are attracted to me, most of them I'm not scared of. But this thing that happened last night, I am past scared of it. I even told my homie, like, bro, if this motherfucker come popping up at my house, I'm gonna have to call you. He's like, oh, nah, he ain't gonna do that. That's just him, this, and that. I was like, really? So you've seen him go this far? Because he kind of was low-key going off on my homie. Because he was mad, he was angry, and he was just like, oh, I know y'all had something, and, you know, and I just want that to be my girl. And he's just going in deep about some real crazy things. So I don't know what I let happen. I apologize to myself. I apologize to anyone listening to this. How weird I feel right now. But he did text me this morning because he kept calling me as if he didn't remember last night. And then he says, really? Because I'm not answering. And I was like, dude, you know, I had to let him know what he did, but I didn't remind him of everything. But I just let him know some key things and why he should be okay with me never talking or seeing him again. He flipped it on me. Deflection at its best. He said, nah, but you did me wrong in advance. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. I'm like, that makes no sense whatsoever. I welcomed you into my house and I was nice to everyone, and then you tried me. And I, well, you forgive me? I'm like, oh my God. And I have to figure out how to be safe and nice at the same time. So I have to do this whole weird thing. And, you know, I was like, I forgive you, all is good. And he was trying to hang out with me, like, can I make it up to you? And I'm just like, you're good. You know, it's crazy because it's his birthday, but he did this. Oh my God. Ooh, so yeah. Okay, back to hermit mode and only hanging out with people I already know. That was my story. Honey child, please tell me one of y'all stories of when y'all may have accidentally ran into a crazy. It don't have to be someone that like you. Could just be a person who you hung out with for the night and the night ended up totally wrong. Epic fail. Please let me know some of you guys' stories. I know there's got to be some stories out there. And I'm glad I'm okay. We'll see what happens. All right. That's the end of story time. Love you guys. Santa over and out. Bye.